Hello everyone, this is a spew of nonsense, and after today I realized that many people actually don't follow the things that are happening on the Instagram. Also, I thought that after this season has stopped airing, it would be really hard for people to go back and find some things that have been sent on the Instagram. I really hoped that these Instagram things would be shown on the show, but they're probably not going to be. So I'm just going to give you this general guide as to what happened so far with Eliott and Luca on Instagram. You probably already know Luca's Instagram. He has been sending stuff since season 1. I'm not going to touch upon most of these, but the parts that I'm going to touch upon are about Eliott, the things that mention Eliott, or like some kind of inside jokes about Eliott. So we have to start from Polaris. So Eliott's first account is called Enter Polaris. If you have not heard about Polaris, well, maybe you should rewatch first couple of episodes first. As you know, Polaris is a project that Eliott wanted to pursue but could not because he couldn't get the fundings that he needed. But after meeting Luca, he gets really inspired and he starts to follow his dreams and destiny, if you will. First of all, and on Enter Polaris, we start to see a drawing of the main point of Enter Polaris. Obviously, if you have watched the show, you have already seen the video, and the drawing is a scene from the video. But on his Instagram, Eliott started to send this as a riddle. That Eliott decided to put this one scene into 9 pieces and put them in random order, basically. It became a riddle to solve in order to find his personal account. First of all, we got 3 pieces on January 9th. So first 3 pieces of this whole thing were already given to us on January 9th. Many people already started guessing what it could be, what it could say on the full picture, but obviously the full picture was not open, so it was only a guess. On January 21st, we got another piece. So starting from January 21st, we started to get piece by piece every week because Eliott met his muse, Luca, every week, and it would be either Sunday or Monday that we got a new piece, except for the last 2, which were on February 13th and February 14th. And with February 14th and Eliott actually asking Luca out in front of Chloe, we finish the whole thing. But let me mention you one thing. Before the whole thing was finished, everyone was expecting the writing to say to Enter Polaris, trust Cepheus, because of the names of the stars and the name of the main star. But alas, when the last piece of the puzzle was released, we saw that it was to Enter Polaris, trust Caesar. What? Who's Caesar? What is Caesar again? Well, let me explain to you. When the 9 pieces were completed, Enter Polaris's description changed from catch me if you can to solve the puzzle to find my real Instagram. So everyone was like, what is the puzzle? What is going on? And then if you look into it, you will learn that Caesar is an alphabet. So you put a word into it and it encrypts it into something that cannot be found without the alphabet of the Caesar. So basically what you do is you put Polaris into Caesar alphabet and you get Srodulv. And you guessed it, that is Eliott's personal account. The second photo is very similar, very familiar, because it's a photo with a raccoon with Lucille. This photo will come back later. But after that, we get January 25th, Chelou. This is the first time Eliott and Luca talk. And obviously our artistic raccoon was really affected by this, so he had to draw something. Before Luca and Eliott meet again next Friday, Eliott sends out the Polaris hand-holding picture again and tags it Polaris. But then the second Friday happens where Luca and Eliott spend time together, and we get surprising. This is a beautiful piece, obviously, and this is one of the 6 pictures that Luca likes after following Eliott. On February 10th, we get the lost and found, because that is the day that Eliott learns that Luca will paint the wall with him on Wednesday. So obviously he is a bit shook. On Wednesday, February 13th, we get a video of Eliott listening to rock and not looking very well. And we get a photo of a man underwater, because probably that's how he feels. And we get him drawing himself as a raccoon in the dark, because he's so depressed and he's so panicked that day that he can't leave the house. And that is the day actually that he ditches Luca. On February 14th, it is the Valentine's Day, so we get an arrow with a heart, you know, because it's Valentine's. But also, it's the day when the double date is set. So we get a small Disney video from Eliott talking about from Disney, talking about something dark, as far as I know. So February 15th is the day first kiss happens. So we get our first quote from Virginia Woolf on our lovely boys Instagram, the consume me one. And after the kiss, obviously we get the paupières, you know, and the raindrops. And at the same time of paupières, we get over there it's raining on Lucas's Instagram story. On February 19th, I think this is the day that Luca goes looking for Eliott, but Eliott is not in a good mind space right now. So he apparently isn't at school. So we see a quote from him, my own private Idaho, as far as I know. And then at the same time, we see our lovely hedgehog believing you can do everything on Luca's Instagram. On February 20th, that is the darkest day, because it is the day of I don't need crazy people in my life. And we see Eliott's feelings in his drawing. And he starts to pull away. Oh gosh. It was a sad time. But then on February 22nd, at Chloe's party, Eliott sends out the same picture he sent out with Lucille. Yeah. On February 26th, we find this picture from Eliott, who's trying to find words so desperately that he doesn't know how he can explain himself. After this, we find a drawing in Luca's pocket. So you understand that he actually tried so hard to just come up with that little drawing. Apart from the drawing, obviously it is the day where Luca said, sometimes you have to choose. And Eliott actually chooses, and he shows it with his Instagram. And he deletes the photo with Lucille, and he uploads this photo with the lovely Virginia Woolf quote, "In case you ever foolishly forget, I am never not thinking of you." And honestly, this is one of my favorites. But then you might ask, like, where is everyone? What is going on? But here we are. It is March 7th. What happened March 7th, you might ask? Well, that is the day that everyone thought nothing was going to happen. We were sitting in front of our computers, expecting no clips, nothing. But then, all of a sudden, our boy Eliott starts following Luca. Everyone goes wild. And also, Eliott shares this song, which is like You and Me in French. Obviously, Luca didn't see this story, but we did, and I think many people really like this song. And then March 8th, which was last Friday, if you're watching this on time, when they had painting. And then afterwards, as you guys know, we get the kissing and doing stuff's parts, and then we don't get anything for the rest of the night, except we get Luca following Eliott back. Whoa. And then Eliott sending out a photo of Jackson Pollock and tagging Luca in it. The nerve. There were so many hearts in the description. And then Luca sends out the aftermath of painting, even though they barely they barely painted. Okay, we will see the wall on Monday probably. On March 9th, which is a Saturday, we are just waiting for the morning clip, and then obviously morning clip drops, and along with the morning clip we see Eliott cooking in the clip, and then the cooking, the photo of the pan, goes on Luca's Instagram, and then the aftermath of the food goes on Eliott's Instagram story, and we see Luca almost throwing up. But it is adorable still. But even though we were really attacked by these, and seeing Luca's face on Eliott's Instagram and shit, it wasn't done, because Luca had to go there and send a story of him lip syncing to Call Your Girlfriend, the iconic song that was in Scam OG, while Eliott is sleeping under his arm. I was so shook by that video. And then what really prompted me to actually do this video was today, March 10th. So the first photo came from Eliott, who has shown his face like only once on his Instagram, sent out a selfie with our lovely hedgehog. But the second part was also uploaded on Luca's Instagram. And this is the first time, after Sarah, after Chloe, this is the first time Luca is in the photo with his love interest. And honestly, it's because it's real. We all know this, okay? And it's adorable. And it says, I think Luca's one says, partner in crime underneath the photo. And all of the boy squad liked the photo, by the way. And the last point that almost made me cry was the photo of Eliott's drawings. So he drew 3 versions of Eliott's and Luca's and said all of them are happy. You know why? Because Eva, Nicotino, and Eliott, all of them are happy. Hopefully Matteo will join as well. If you're not following the story in real life, I understand it's really hard to follow all of the remakes at the same time, but I hope this could be a little help to you. Until then, stay safe and don't die because of scam remakes, okay? This has been a spew of nonsense, spewing nonsense left and right, morning and night.